Dear friends, this year marks 8 decades since the founding of the United Nations. Back in 1945, still reeling from the horrors of the Second World War, leaders came together to forge a better tomorrow. A future anchored in peace, human dignity, and the shared progress of all nations. And while the UN embodies humanity's highest aspirations, it is said that it was not created to bring us to heaven, but in order to save us from hell. 80 years on, it's worth reminding ourselves we can draw a direct line between the creation of the United Nations and the prevention of a third world war. The United Nations welcomes China's steadfast support of multilateralism and commitment to global cooperation, because we must acknowledge a sobering reality. In our time, humanitarian needs loom larger than ever, many driven by the brutal conflicts raging across our troubled world. 1/4 of humanity now lives in conflict-affected areas, while 20% of the world's children are now impacted by war. The world is spending far more on waging war than in building peace. Last year, global military spending hit eye-watering levels, nearly 13 times the amount of official development assistance from the world's wealthiest nations, a sum equivalent to 750 times the regular budget of the United Nations. And this at a time when UN agencies, along with many humanitarian and development NGOs, are reeling from severe and drastic funding cuts. Cuts that are having very concrete and very dramatic consequences for the people we serve, devastating the most vulnerable people on Earth. The UN calls on all who stand with it to meet the challenge of this moment, rally behind the rule of law, defend our common values. These values, laid down 80 years ago in the UN Charter, are based on the core principles of peace, equality, and dignity. Principles that we will never abandon for the sake of people today and generations to come. So, as we mark our landmark anniversary, let us remember, peace is never guaranteed. It must be built, protected, and renewed. Let's find the resolve and the wisdom the world so urgently needs to keep striving for peace and to spare our children from the scourge of war. Thank you.